Hey, team, welcome to my booth. I'm Jay, and this is subscriber feedback number 99, one away from the old 100, where we listen to your audio, give feedback as you'd like. This is David. We'll take a listen in a moment. Before we do, if you'd like me to review your audio, there's a form in the description. Send me something. It's free. If you prefer, there's coaching on my website. And if you would like to jump the queue, accelerate your process to get feedback here on YouTube, you can check out Booth Buddies. Its channel membership supports these efforts. Never necessary, always appreciated. And thanks for being here, David. Let's take a listen.
Day in and day out, organizations struggle to improve. Strategic plans, employee engagement, customer outreach, it never ends. Somehow, great organizations seem to get better on a constant and consistent basis. What sets them apart?
Okay, first things first. You got a great voice. I could listen to you for days, my friend.
Countless volumes written and libraries of research compiled. One simple truth always rises to the top. Great organizations have great leadership. But what is great leadership? Certainly, circumstances sometimes drive the leadership skills needed. A crisis or market change, find the leader most adept. But often, great leaders develop over time and manage to sustain energetic success.
Okay, so yeah, lovely voice. You've got a great pacing here. Things that I think are going really well right now in terms of your performance. You clearly have a great sense of like the structure of ideas, how to present them well, and the way that you're elocuting or delivering specific sentences. You're breaking up these like very businessy, very frankly, I find them like dry ideas whenever people are like, how do we optimize business? No offense to anybody out there who does, that's just me. But you're delivering it all in a way that it's clear that you know what's important to take note of, what is valuable to listen to, what has potential for drama or suspense or anticipation, like in this little bit here where you're like,
What sets them apart?
what sets them apart? Like, ooh, let's find out. I want to know what's next. All these great things that happen with business is what sets them apart. Well, it's these things. And I think that that's all really great. I do, as I say with a lot of folks here in this subscriber feedback thing, think you can go further in that you've got the kernels of all of that stuff, but right now it's pretty constrained, not in a sense that I feel particular tension or anything like that. I just think you can be freer with it in many respects because right now it's this was something that I struggled with a lot in terms of my performances when I was getting training. I tended to opt for pretty neutral delivery in a lot of respects, not because I felt any certain way about it. I just didn't feel like I needed to modulate a ton. I would deliver the information and you would receive it. And while that's true, it's much more liberating and much more exciting for listeners if, as I had just did, you allow yourself the full range of your voice and your ability to express things. So by virtue of allowing myself to explore both pitch and go up in moments and down in moments more expressively, even in material like this that's pretty serious, business-like stuff that we need to pay attention to because it's going to make us a lot of money and provide success. I'm projecting a little bit there, but you can even in those like really go up and down, and in terms of your inflection, in terms of the pacing of ideas and stuff like that, which would be just a fun thing to explore in general, I think. Yeah, so let's listen for a couple examples, and I'll give like an A-B option for you.
Day in and day out, organizations struggle to improve. Strategic plans, employee engagement, customer outreach, it never ends.
So with this right now, and this could be a like performance choice. So it's not necessary. It's not, nothing that you're doing is wrong. I just think that we can go further in certain respects. So right now, the way that this is being delivered is it sounds very serious, day in and day out. We have all of these things, and it never ends. And it's if that's the goal, great. But I'm left with option B, day in and day out, all this stuff happens in businesses, and it never ends. Am I right? And that's just like an option. You could do, if we wanted to have more inflection and make it ominous still, day in and day out, there's all these things that happen in business, and it never ends. And that's just like, I'm forcing the inflection there a bit, but what that offers is just more range and flexibility there. But anyway, right now, very serious.
Somehow, great organizations seem to get better on a constant and consistent basis. What sets them apart?
So this, I don't know that this is the right answer, but if we even start out with, this is all very serious, day in and day out, all of these things happen, and it never ends. But then we have an opportunity here to shift, really change tack, and give us relief to that. And this is something that I talked about recently with regards to topography, in that if we change the way the map looks, it becomes interesting all of a sudden. Like if we're looking at just this vast plain of desert, but all of a sudden there's a cactus. Something's changed and it's interesting. Or we can be more extreme if we're in this vast plain, and then all of a sudden there's the Grand Canyon. There's a range in which you can dial into that topographical shift or change. It can be extreme, it can be subtle, but by having those shifts, we introduce interest into the thing in a lot of ways. And so in this, if we start out to follow your lead here with it's very serious, it never ends, business, it has all of these things. But there's some people who figure it out and they succeed really well. So what's different between the two? And that shift makes it like, oh, there's a real change here and an opportunity for me as the listener, if I'm like a business entrepreneur type person. Oh, I should listen now because something's changed and we're about to get the solution to the thing. And so that's one, when I say you can go further in certain respects, that's one avenue in which you have an opportunity to do that.
Countless volumes written and libraries of research compiled. One simple truth always rises to the top. Great organizations have great leadership.
So yeah, delivery there is great in terms of the pacing of stuff, but the way that this starts is awesome. However, for me, it conjures up like some epic fantasy novel in a way.
Countless volumes written and libraries of research compiled.
Like, I immediately start thinking of Gandalf going through the libraries of Minas Tirith. Countless volumes written and tomes combed. I delved for the knowledge of the One Ring to bring back. Anyway. And again, that's not a knock on your reader performance at all. But maybe there's an opportunity here for like a shift into lightening things or just changing things, just more variety. I'm belaboring that. Let's talk about audio quality because that was your other question. So overall, I think it's really, really solid in terms of the way you've edited it. It sounds very clean. It is a smidge on the quiet side. So for example, if I add just a little bit of compression, because we have right here, there's this outlier peak in the whole file where everything is hovering between like -12 and -9, your peaks for the most part. But then we have this one where it looks like you normalize to -3, but this is kind of capping you. So if I add just a bit of compression, I have a hotkey for compression, and the settings for that I think are 3-to-1 ratio, threshold at -8 dB. Because the way I do that is I'll normalize to -3 and then I'll add compression to even it out a little bit. But just by taking out that one peak, it's going to be much louder overall, which will be closer to what you'll want for an audiobook's loudness settings. So in terms of your audio quality critique, that's my one big note. I do have one other idea or question for you. I don't know what type of microphone you're using, but if we look at this spectral view, and this is one of the reasons why I really like spectral view, particularly in Adobe Audition, is it gives me information here and it lets me see that, oh, come on now, that there's not a lot of high-end information up here. And my first thought, there is like little tiny bits peeking through, and I frankly don't know why that happens, but because the majority of it is capped at like 11K hertz, as we can see here, I'm curious what microphone you're using, and there's potential there if it is your microphone or if you're using a low pass filter that you can. Low pass filter, for those who don't know, is it looks like this and it just chops off the top frequencies. Some people use them. I don't. It doesn't do a ton, in my opinion. Anyway, whether it's your microphone or whether you're using a EQ like that, you may be able to get a bit brighter sound, much more articulate detail in your performances. For example, if I pull over my processing here, this is my inline processor, so you can see this going on right here. And if I put on a low pass filter, you can hear that the detail in my voice starts to drop at the top end. Now I'm being extreme here, but if that low pass is at around where yours is, and I toggle it on and off, you can subtly hear that when it's off, you just get a lot more detail in the higher end of my voice, which helps with articulation and stuff. And then if I turn it off, now it's just a little bit more muted, a little bit darker, and you lose a little bit of the articulation in the top end, which isn't, I mean, I don't hate it in your recording, so it's kind of a preference thing, but with it off, I like the way it just helps, I think. All to say, if it is your microphone, you don't necessarily need to get a new microphone, but that's one thing to maybe have on the horizon just to get more detail, clarity in your recordings, etc., etc. Anywho, I hope that's helpful for you, mate. Again, I love your voice. If you've definitely got a space in meditations, if you want sleep meditations, if you wanted to do those, you could really, there'd definitely be a space for you there. I hope this is helpful for you. For everybody else out there, I hope it was helpful as well. Send me a sample in the description if you want. And until the next one of these, be well, everybody, and I'll see you there. Toodles.